tried to hide, but now you know it, that I'm at an all-time
What's going on, guys? MoDz here, and today playing some Black Ops 3, and today I have this video. I'll be telling you why I don't host lobbies and why I can't host lobbies and shit like that, because yeah, I'll explain that shit. To start off with, if you go to settings and you go network settings, and then you check your freaking bandwidth, and then that doesn't really matter about that. If you check your bandwidth right now, mine is at 257. Mine varies from fucking shit all from like 50 to around 300. At its peak, it can go up to around 320. And if you guys didn't know, 320 is to host most 8-player game modes, which means free-for-all and team tactical and all those shitty game modes. And if you want to host anything bigger, you will need about to host 12-man lobbies and shit. You will need around 720 to 760, somewhere roughly around that. I'm not 100% sure, but it's usually roughly around that. Yeah, to host that many, and to host over 18 people, you need a bandwidth with about 1,200 around that. I'm pretty sure, or around 1,000-ish, to host that many. And my connection won't go up or shit like that, because it just never does. It's just the area we live in. I guess it is the area's fault. It's just we live in a, I'm not gonna say relatively new, because there's tons of houses around us. It's just an area where fucking it doesn't get any better. Like there's only one service out here, which is we're with Optus, and that's it. You can't get Telstra or whatever else there is. I'm pretty sure it's usually just Telstra and Optus in our area, but specifically here, Optus is the only thing. And ADSL1, that is like the worst you can get. There's like fucking dial up, then there's ADSL1 pretty much, and that's all we can get. It's fucked up. My dad's called up asking like, can we upgrade and shit, and they're like, yeah, we can upgrade you. 5 days later, yep, your thing needs to be approved. Like he did that. He calls up, can we change it to ADSL2? They said yep. 5 days later, he calls up and says, our connection's not any faster. Have you transferred? Then like, oh, you need to approve it. Like, are you fucking retarded? If you want to upgrade, they should just automatically approve it. It's not like you're calling up for fucking fun. And then you call them up again and say, oh, it's going to be approved. It's going to take another couple of days to go through and be approved. A couple of days later, he calls back up. The connection's still shit. Oh, sorry, your area doesn't get any better than ADSL1. Unless you want to pay $5 fucking grand a month for some fucking satellite dish on your house. And the connection won't get too much better like than fucking NBN. Like, you're paying $5 grand a month for fucking internet, and it's not gonna be any better than that because you live in a fucking area. Like, what? This area is like probably one of the better areas. Like, you got all these fucking, in town, you got like tons of fucking bogan areas where there's just fucking, I'm not gonna be saying anything, like, I'm not gonna really say much, but there's tons of bogan areas. And then like out of town, you got our area. There's a few town like spots out of town. You can travel this way, you can travel this way, this way. They're all like 5 or 10 minutes out of town, but they're like little suburbs off. We live in one of them, and it has like we back onto a golf course. Might have to show you in another video, but we back onto a golf course, and this is probably the nicest area out of all the areas that we live in. To the fact it's got like a little beach that nobody really knows about, that nobody really goes to, so that's cool if you want to head down there. If you're into golf, our house backs right onto it. My dad always plays every weekend and shit. There's that. We also have a scuba diving little snorkel spot, like just down the road. It's pretty much a couple hundred meters down the road as well. That drops off. If you want to go snorkeling and shit, spearfishing as well. There's that. But yeah. And yeah, my connection, if one person comes online, not fucking one person comes on, if one person in my house is like using internet, it's basically turn off your game, turn off anything. You can only play on, like, you can only go on the internet. There's no games allowed, pretty much, because your connection is just gonna go shit. It's gonna go up, down, and it's like lag spikes. People in America, like on YouTube, they complain about their lag spikes. How the fuck can you complain with fucking like 100 megabytes friggin' upload and a friggin' 300 download? Like, mine gets up to 6 download and fucking 0.2 upload. That's why I don't usually upload any big videos or anything. And that's why I compress my files now. So the intro is usually a bit distorted, but it doesn't really bother me too much. If the audio is a bit shit for the intro, it's just an intro, and after all. But it usually compresses it about like 5 times the file size. So instead of taking like 16,000 minutes or whatever the fuck it says, it usually takes about like a couple of hours, which is like 200, around 120 to 200 minutes. It's so dumb for Australian people. Well, I guess for my area. I'm not gonna say much for main cities and shit, because their connection's probably awesome. Yes, but that's fucking why for some reason, for MW 2, MW 3, Black Ops 1 and shit, my connection says I can host 18 people. For God knows what reason, it lets me host 18 people, and you know, that lets me force host and shit. It would never get me host lobby thingamajiggy if I just went and search for a game. I always had to force host that shit. Black Ops 2 doesn't give me the option to host a game online. It's just never gonna let me, let's face it. But other than that, yeah, this game, it would never let me get host. Not even Zombies. For Zombies, there's a 4-player game mode, but I think it thinks it's 8. I don't know about their servers. Like in Black Ops 2, it's 8 because of grief. But I'm pretty sure it's like this game mode. To mention, if I can change turn the TV around, move that over there. I don't know how well this is going to turn out, because the last thing majiggy, I put the webcam on the laptop, which is there, and I kept on looking here, so I placed it on top of the TV this time. And but as far as my connection go, I'd rather live in a good area like we are now than have full out perfect internet, even though I use the internet fucking more than fucking looking outside and shit. But it's, I don't know, I guess depends your preference. If you want good internet or you want to live somewhere good, or if you live in a popular area, fucking like a city and shit, you should get best of both worlds. But NBN apparently doesn't come to 2018, 2020, somewhere around there, and the fact is I won't be here more than likely when that happens, so it's kind of fucking useless. That score explains it all. This is the part where I turn off my PS3. I'm at PS4. And that's basically it. I just turn off the PS4. I have no reason to play it anymore. I usually just go on for like one game and usually turn it off because I suck. But if you guys did enjoy the video, you could leave a like or a comment. And other than that, I will see you guys in the next one. See ya.
Round and around like a horse on a carousel we go. Will I catch up to love? I can never tell. I know